Welcome to Shared Jazz Drums. My name is Rod Oughton, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to hip up your Latin jazz grooves. Now, having a few Latin jazz grooves under your belt is an absolute must for any jazz drummer, as jazz has always been influenced by musical styles coming out of countries such as Cuba and Brazil, and it is also very common for, if you're playing with a singer or playing with a horn player, for them to turn around and want to play a standard in a Latin style. And so you've got to be able to play a few Latin jazz grooves for those kinds of situations. Now, the first groove that we're going to look at is the Bossa Nova. It's very common to get taught a Bossa Nova when you're learning the drums and you're starting to learn some different grooves. And the kind of variation of the Bossa Nova that you might get taught might sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's a perfectly acceptable Bossa Nova groove, but there's a few little things that we can maybe tweak and make a bit different so it sounds a bit more individual and maybe a bit hipper as well. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play half as many bass drums. Instead of playing the bass drum boom, 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 we're just going to play on 2 and 3. So it's going to go 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. And that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the next thing we're going to change is the rim click pattern, because currently we're playing this traditional Bossa Nova rim click pattern, which sounds like this: 1 chuck, 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 1 chuck, 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 which is all very well and good, but instead we're going to play a Brazilian rhythm in the rim click part called a partido alto, which is a bit more syncopated and a little bit more lively. Now, the partido alto consists of 3 offbeats followed by 4 onbeats, and to make it even more confusing, it starts on the 3rd offbeat. Okay, so it sounds a little bit like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, off, on, off, 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 on, off, off, on, off, off, on, off. Now let's put that rim click pattern into the original Bossa Nova groove with the new bass drum pattern, and let's see how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the final thing that we're going to do to change this Bossa Nova groove a little bit is, instead of playing the hi-hat pattern as we were playing it, we're going to play something slightly different, a constant run of quavers: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But we're going to phrase the accents of that hi-hat pattern with the rim click. So the accents in the hi-hat part are going to be the partido alto that we just learned on the rim click. Let's hear how that sounds just on the hi-hat on its own. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you put that with the rim click, it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So then if you add the bass drum into that, you've completed this transformation from maybe a slightly square sounding Bossa Nova groove to a hipper sounding samba groove, but that will still serve the purpose if you're ever in a musical situation where you need to play a Latin jazz Bossa Nova groove. So let's add the bass drum in and hear how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're having difficulties getting the coordination of this groove together, try and take two parts of it, for example the room click part and the bass drum part, and click one of them on the sticks and vocalize the other part, so you can really internalize the rhythms and see how they fit together. So if we were going to click the partido alto and vocalize the bass drum, that would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, boom boom, 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 boom boom. And of course you can practice this exercise along with a metronome, but my preference is always to practice along with a recording. And a great track you can practice along to is the Sergio Mendes version of Birimbau from the album Herb Alpert Presents Sergio Mendes and the Brazil 66. It's in the Spotify playlist, the Shed Jazz Drums Spotify playlist, which will be, if you're watching on YouTube, in the comment section, or if you're watching on Instagram, in the bio. So thanks so much for watching. Remember, if you want to get a PDF download of this exercise, head over to the Patreon, Shed Jazz Drums, where we've also got some exclusive content. Do like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Give us a follow if you're watching on Instagram. But yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed the exercise, and happy shedding.